For over 15 years, Gallup Funeral Services Incorporated has been a beacon of light, guiding local families through difficult times. Gallup Funeral Services Incorporated proudly provides all families with compassionate choices for professional funeral care at reasonable prices. Get the answers you need 24 hours a day. No answering services, hidden costs, add-on fees, confusing fine print, or those scary-looking contracts. Remember, Gallup Funeral Services owns and operates the only crematory in Dare County, keeping our cremations affordable and convenient. Gallup Memorial Chapel in Bargo, North Carolina is now open and minutes from Moyock and Elizabeth City. From traditional church services and graveside burials to direct cremations and advanced planning, let Gallup Funeral Services Incorporated light the way for your family. Don't be pressured or confused by the other funeral homes. It's always your choice. Choose Gallup Funeral Services Incorporated. Call Courtney at 252-216-8030 to get a plan started today and visit our new website at gallupfuneralservices.com.
To all who come to this happy place, welcome.
News team, assemble!
Joining us live because if you want to know anything about the Outer Banks, Sam Walker's the dude to fill you in.
The sea was angry that day, my friends. Like an old man trying to send back soup in a deli.
Always appreciate talking to you.
Always good stuff with Sam Walker in the Outer Banks.
Now here's Les Nessman and the news.
And good morning, everyone. Welcome to OBX Today Live for February 8th, 2022. I'm Sam Walker. Glad to have you back with us. Presented by Gallup Funeral Services on the OBX Today and Sam Walker OBX Facebook pages and the Sam Walker OBX YouTube channel. Make sure you mash the like button, subscribe, and hit the bell so it lets you know whenever we go live. All right, looking at today's headlines here on this Tuesday morning. Well, it's the latest on the Vivens Aqua. That's what we're starting with. That is the boat that washed up on Ocracoke 2 weeks ago this morning. And let's show you the latest video courtesy of Connie Leinbach at the Ocracoke Observer, ocracokeobserver.com. That is the Vivens Aqua right there. It's a 55-foot motor yacht washed up on Ocracoke South Point around 1 a.m. back on January 25th. Several attempts to pull it back into the water were unsuccessful, and the owner, Scott Pumphrey from Maryland, said his insurance company decided to change tactics. So they've contracted with Crum Works of Buxton, who's now rolling the 55-foot Novatech to within about 500 feet of the deeper water in Ocracoke Inlet. And what you're seeing is what they call pins, these bags, gigantic pneumatic pins, airbags that they inflate. They got them up on the boat, up on those, and then they will roll the boat a few feet. By Saturday morning, they had the thing moved about 100 feet. They didn't work on Sunday, returned yesterday, and during the day-long endeavor and the driving rain, they gradually moved the Vivens Aqua 55,000-pound boat several feet on 3 pins, deflated the rear one, then put it in front and reinflated it. After several hours, the boat was at the edge of the vehicle-free area. That's at the tip of South Point. It's no longer open to off-road vehicles. Pumphrey said yesterday the crew will pull the Vivens the last 500 or so feet to the water's edge. Then they'll do an inspection to make sure she won't sink. Then another boat will pull the Vivens into Ocracoke Silver Lake on Wednesday. After that, the boat will be towed to a boat yard in Morehead City for repairs. Pumphrey had purchased the boat, built in 2001 in Palm Coast, Florida, and been sailing it for about a week up the Intracoastal Waterway to his Salisbury, Maryland home. His wife, Karen, had joined him in Wilmington a few days before their unfortunate landing on Ocracoke. Karen Pumphrey, after they ran aground, decided to get off. After a terrifying night on board in the pitch dark waters outside of Ocracoke Inlet, she went on back to Maryland on Tuesday the 25th. But she and Scott have been in contact daily. She said she's happy that the Islander's been bringing her husband some things he needs. It took him for a while to allow that, she said. Pumphrey's a retired police lieutenant from the Baltimore Department and had remained in his unheated boat since the mishap. A camp cook stove that uses propane bottles has been his only heat as he warms his food. Solar-powered batteries have kept his phone charged. And despite the blustery winter weather, he's been inquiring about his misadventure on Ocracoke, knowing he'd love to return in calmer, warmer weather after his boat is fixed. He says he loves that boat. It took him a long time and a ton of work to get her, and he's going to stick it out. So looks like the Vivens Aqua may be back floating, hopefully, by tomorrow. And things will work out for those folks for more than 2 weeks grounded on Ocracoke South Point. OcracokeObserver.com has had great coverage. Connie Leinbach, Peter Vankevich on top of this story since it broke. And they've got the updates that you can check out right now if you go to OcracokeObserver.com. Now, the other shipwrecks that we've had recently, we're going to switch over to our cameras here, our display in just a second here. Let's see. Yeah, we'll get that off and go back over to the display because we had the latest on the, I say the latest. The National Park Service has started, it's really cool. Mike Barber, who is the public information officer for the National Parks of Eastern Carolina, for the parks here on the Outer Banks, Cape Hatteras National Seashore, Wright Brothers National Memorial, and Fort Raleigh National Historic Site. He's created a Flickr page and an update page at nps.gov that is going to be documenting all these different boat groundings that happen. And we're just going to kind of scroll through. There's videos, there's photos. That's all the Vivens Aqua. Here's the Real Lucky as it's being loaded on a trailer. That's one of the two boats that washed ashore at Oregon Inlet last week, last Wednesday. And they've got a bunch of pictures from how they did all the work to get those two boats off the beach. That's after the Bite Me and the Real Lucky came grounded about a mile south of Ramp 4 on Body Island. That happened last Wednesday night. And by Thursday, they were already in the process. In fact, by Thursday night, they already had one of those boats already towed up over the dune, had the other one up on those bags, and they were able to trail the boat. That boat, the Bite Me, that's the smaller of the two. Let's see here. We'll get a better picture of it. So, update on those. So the Bite Me, here we go. We'll just pull up this big picture here. So the Bite Me, which is an Albemarle, it's a 33-foot Albemarle. It was light enough that it could be trailered on the beach and then towed off, whereas the Real Lucky was a lot heavier, but it had a keel, whereas the Bite Me did not have a keel, but the Real Lucky and a keel right around, it just has a keel right in front of this propeller, and they're able to hook a strap to that and tow it up off the beach. I think let's see here. I'm going to go back to the album because it'll show you how I talked about how they are towing it right up over the dunes. Yep. Let's see. Here you go. No, farther up. Where's that photo, that sunset photo that we used? There's one of them. There they are towing it down Ramp 4 and trying to get it to where they trailered it. But you can see here, there's the other one that the Bite Me up on the trailer. That boat was light enough to be trailered, whereas the Real Lucky had a keel, and they just drug it along the beach and up over the dunes. Now, our buddy Captain Stuart Westcott from Ceto gave us an update on the extended edition of The Other Side of Fishing, which you can hear on Beach 104 and Big 94.5 WCMS every Saturday from 6:30 to 8:30. And you can listen to it right now as a podcast, obxtoday.com. And Stuart told us kind of what was going on with the Bite Me. And, are we having sound issues, Julie? See, you said no sound. Let's see. Okay. Hang on, folks. We've been on this whole time and didn't have any sound, unfortunately, it sounds like. Maybe? Let me make sure. Where's our live video? We we have to monitor things through 4 or 5 different channels. And sometimes it's not easy to monitor these things. Where are we at? Oh, there we are. Okay, we do have sound. All right, not sure, Julie, why you weren't getting sound. Okay, sorry about that, guys. All right, so the Real Lucky. In pretty good shape. Of course, their big problem is that they've got, they're going to need some repairs to that. Bent up the propeller and some of the underneath. They had some electrical issues. That's what caused that grounding. Whereas, unfortunately, for the that Albemarle, at 33-foot Albemarle, they really did some damage to it, and it's going to be tough to salvage from what we understand. So those boats were towed to a boat yard on Friday and already getting looked over to figure out if they can be repaired or what's going to happen with them. So that's the latest on our shipwrecks here on the Outer Banks. And again, if you go to obxtoday.com, you'll find the links. And if you go to the Cape Hatteras National Seashore website at mps.gov, that's where that website we talked about that they have set up there to track all these different shipwrecks and grounded vessels that happen along the graveyard of the Atlantic, because there's been so much interest with these on our sites and, of course, through Cape Hatteras National Seashore. All right, we'll take a break and come back here on OBX Today Live on this Tuesday morning, so stay with us.
For over 15 years, Gallup Funeral Services Incorporated has been a beacon of light, guiding local families through difficult times. Gallup Funeral Services Incorporated proudly provides all families with compassionate choices for professional funeral care at reasonable prices. Get the answers you need 24 hours a day. No answering services, hidden costs, add-on fees, confusing fine print, or those scary-looking contracts. Remember, Gallup Funeral Services owns and operates the only crematory in Dare County, keeping our cremations affordable and convenient. Gallup Memorial Chapel in Bargo, North Carolina is now open and minutes from Moyock and Elizabeth City. From traditional church services and graveside burials to direct cremations and advanced planning, let Gallup Funeral Services Incorporated light the way for your family. Don't be pressured or confused by the other funeral homes. It's always your choice. Choose Gallup Funeral Services Incorporated. Call Courtney at 252-216-8030 to get a plan started today, and visit our new website at gallupfuneralservices.com.
Our pet of the week for this week is Dash. Dash is a super sweet, playful cat. He loves playing with the other cats at the shelter, loves his toys, and his catnip. Dash could go to a home with a calm dog or a cat who doesn't mind a lot of playtime. To adopt Dash or foster one of our other animals, you can come visit us Monday through Saturday at our shelter located in Manio. Next week, we'll be having a rabies clinic with $15 vaccinations, February 14th to the 18th. Please come to the OBX SPCA with your pets on a leash or in a carrier. For more information, visit our website at www.obxspca.org or visit our OBX SPCA Facebook page.
Back here on OBX Today Live on this Tuesday morning. Make sure you mash the like button, subscribe, hit the bell to know whenever we go live so you can get all the latest news, whether it's our normal morning shows here around 8 o'clock on Tuesday through Friday, or when we do some breaking news anytime, sort of like when we were out there when the those two boats washed up at Oregon Inlet. We were able to get out there and get you some video from right there at the scene. So always make sure you get those notifications set up so you know whenever we go live. Theater of Dare, the community theater for the Outer Banks, announced yesterday that it has a new home, the former Paparazzi OBX, which is in Kitty Hawk. And they're going to open it with Arsenic and Old Lace coming up on Friday, February 18th. And it's really cool that they've been able to secure this space there at the Kitty Hawk Plaza. And they've produced a video to share more about what's going on with this new location, and also let you know that they are in need of some assistance to make this all possible.
Greetings, theater lovers. I am Stuart Parks, president of the board of directors for Theater of Dare. Over the past 30 years, we've been fortunate to put on many memorable shows and a multitude of venues with many fantastic and supportive hosts. But in order to grow our little community theater into the organization we know it can be, we needed to find a home of our own and establish some roots from which to grow. I'm excited to share that Theater of Dare now has that home here in Kitty Hawk at the Kitty Hawk Plaza in what most may know as the old Outer Banks Jubilee or Paparazzi.
Welcome to Theater of Dare. Our new home will be more than just a place for us to host our performances. It's a home for all performing arts. We're planning to host live music performances, classes, summer camps, movie screenings, special events, and so much more. But in order to make all of that possible, we've had to give this fantastic new home one heck of a makeover. And that's where we need your help. We're sponsoring a Welcome Home fundraiser to ensure that the new Theater of Dare will forever be a place where the performing arts can thrive here on the Outer Banks.
So we're asking you, our family, friends, neighbors, and the greater Outer Banks community to help us fund the improvements that will make our new home a place to celebrate the performing arts. The purchase of lighting and sound equipment, chairs, paint, and storage solutions are just some of the many things your donation can help us fund. We're seeking to raise $20,000 to purchase the equipment we need to ensure the show will go on bigger and better than ever before. We have a donation level for all budgets, and with every donation made, you will receive a special perk. We hope that you'll join us in continuing our mission to bring the performing arts to Dare County.
For more information and to make a donation, please visit our website, www.theaterofdareobx.com.
Or mail in your donations. And together, let's make the new Theater of Dare a home for all the Outer Banks performing artists.
All right, there you go. That's the update there from the Theater of Dare. Really cool that they've been able to take that space, which has been a theater many times. Started out as a movie theater, and then home of the Outer Banks Jubilee, and then Paparazzi turned it into more of a nightclub setting. They made quite a few changes to that building, the inside theater space now. Instead of having a slope, it's a flat floor. So that's where part of the reason why, and some of the photos we got up at obxtoday.com show some of the work that's got to be done and is being done. And they're going to be ready for their first performance of Arsenic and Old Lace coming up on February 18th, so a week from this Friday. And you want to get tickets quick because it's going to go fast for those shows. And really cool, they're going to be able to turn this into a space not only for just the Outer Banks, for community theater, the Outer Banks Theater of Dare, but able to use it for educational opportunities, as Stuart and the rest of the gang there mentioned in that video, be able to do classes. I mean, all kinds of things. It's a great thing that the community is going to have, thanks to the Theater of Dare and the hard work they're putting in as volunteers, because they're all volunteers. Of course, that was one of the things that was announced yesterday. They have hired a business director, Kelsey Thompson, who is now on board. It's the first time they've had a paid employee that's going to be handling all of the business side of things. So really neat to see the Theater of Dare do this. If you want to read more details, go to obxtoday.com. Well, if you, like me, drive US 158 on a regular basis, or even if it's just twice a year on your vacation, and you know all about the fun that it can be had when you're trying to ride on that road, when things get a little, well, let's just say when they get a little rocky. And it's been that way for a while, but it looks like things are ready to begin on finally getting that final stretch of asphalt replaced on 158 in Lower Currituck County. 10 miles of that road still need to be repaved, and Barnhill Contracting was starting to stage their equipment on Friday to get out there and start grinding down that old pavement and get the new pavement in. Now, the new pavement won't happen until the weather starts warming up a lot better. Probably not. I mean, April, maybe May, but at least they're going to get the old pavement taken off. It'll be a rough ride, kind of used to that with these projects that have been going on to repave that stretch. And really, all of Highway 158 and Currituck Highway is what it's called, 168 and 158. The street name, if you will, is Caratoke Highway, so everybody's addresses are that way. And that runs the length of Currituck County from the state line down to the Wright Memorial Bridge. So there you see on Friday, grab this shot of one of those pavement grinders. They've got two of them. So they're going to start grinding off all that pavement between the Wright Memorial Bridge and Jarvisburg. It's about 10 miles. It's a pretty big project. So it's going to take them a couple of days, weeks to get all that pavement removed. And then once the weather warms up, they'll come back and put in. And it's a special kind of asphalt. It's called a friction course. It's kind of a gravel, a much bigger gravel. And it's a way so that the water can run through that layer of pavement down to the base layer and then drain off faster and safer. It has more traction. It decreases hydroplaning. And also keeps all that fine spray from flying up like some other road surfaces do. And really from Barcode north, from 158, 168 intersection north, that's more of your traditional type of asphalt, whereas this type of asphalt's been used from Barcode south and was put in originally in 2012 due to traction problems. But that it didn't hold. Just a year later, it was starting to come off in huge spots and has continued to do so. Then they went back, made some repairs in the worst places, and then over the last 2 years have been slowly getting progress made on replacing all the pavement, first from Barco to north of Grandy, around near the rest area, between the rest area and Gravedigger, just south of Gravedigger. That's Macedonia Church Road. That's the road that goes to Poplar Branch. They repaved that stretch. Then last year, the stretch from Macedonia Church Road down to Garrington Road, which is where the Cotton Gin's located in Jarvisburg, was repaved through Grandy. Now, they were planning to get the other stretch, the rest of it, done last year in the fall, but ran out of time. One thing that happened, of course, the COVID-19 pandemic and other road projects that were going on, and they had to shuffle schedules and such. So they finally are getting that work started. This week, it looks like the weather cooperates. They'll get out there and start. It looks like we got a pretty decent weather week, by the way. So they'll start out there and start grinding that pavement down. I got to go down there here in a little bit and get some updated photos if they are out there today. It's still kind of damp and misty day out there today. So we'll see if they can get down and start on that today or definitely tomorrow, and then get all that old pavement removed and then get the road back repaved later this spring. All right, let's see. Going on today, there is a public meeting that's going to be taking place in Duck, at the town of Duck, at the Keller meeting hall. That's at 6:30 tonight. And that's the North Carolina Department of Agriculture and Consumer Services is getting ready to start treating for gypsy moths. The invasive, destructive, non-native gypsy moths been detected in several locations in Currituck and Dare counties, and a decision on how to treat the infestation is being considered. Now, there'll be an in-person meeting tonight at 6:30 at the Keller Meeting Hall in Duck. There's an online portal that you can submit comments. And what they're going to do, and they've done this several times down in Buxton and Buxton Woods, between Buxton and Frisco, to treat for gypsy moths. And they use a helicopter, and they put out a product that's a common bacterium found in forest soils worldwide. It's harmless to humans and does interact with the caterpillars that form gypsy moths. That's one way that they try to fight this. The other way is a method known as mating disruption. And they use another compound that decreases mating success and suppresses the gypsy moth population. So the areas that are being considered for treatment, one's up around the northwest corner of Currituck County. They call it the Lake Drummond area because it goes up into Virginia. It's the Great Dismal Swamp and Dismal Swamp State Park up in northern Camden County, northwest Camden County, on up along US 17. There's another area that's part of Corova and just inland of Knott's, or just east of Knott's Island, but really essentially it's Corova, right up along the state line, about 311 acres. There's another area known as the Mossy Island area, and that's Pine Island section of Corolla. Another area, pretty much all of Duck down to the Southern Shores border. They call it the Martin Point area, but it really doesn't include Martin's Point. But this is a 3,100 acre area. So pretty much all of the town of Duck. That's after they captured several moths. We talked about Mossy Island, and then Buxton, another treatment expected for the west side of Buxton. There's a video at obxtoday.com that you can watch that explains this. Okay. I got the wrong video. I got the Captain Marty audio up there. Not sure why that went in there. But there is a video that was put out by the North Carolina Department of Agriculture and Consumer Services. We'll get that story updated in just a minute because that's the wrong video in that. Not sure how we ended up with the Captain Marty. Oh, okay. I see why. Okay. Yes. All right. Now we got it. Okay. We ended up with something, a little coding issue. So a little backside of the website work here. Let's see if that fixed it. But there is a video that's been put out. You can watch that. We've played it here for you on the thing on OBX Today Live. And you can check that out right now at obxtoday.com. The old Nags Head Cove water main replacement project, that's expected to begin this week. The advanced construction, the contractors place white flags along the planned water main alignment. There'll be a 10-foot wide working area. Anybody that's got stuff inside that working area is asked to remove it. Landscaping and other improvements. They're requested to remove those in advance of construction. Smaller landscape improvements, the items can be reinstalled post-construction. But items left in the construction path, the contractor will attempt to relocate and reinstall, but provides no guarantees. And Town of Nags Head's got a good video up about that. We've got it for you at obxtoday.com. And they're going to be doing weekly updates on that project. Near the old Nags Head Cove Homeowners Association said they're going to have updates on their Facebook page as well. All right, we'll take a break and come back here on OBX Today Live, here presented by Gallup Funeral Services on this Tuesday morning.
For over 15 years, Gallup Funeral Services Incorporated has been a beacon of light, guiding local families through difficult times. Gallup Funeral Services Incorporated proudly provides all families with compassionate choices for professional funeral care at reasonable prices. Get the answers you need 24 hours a day. No answering services, hidden costs, add-on fees, confusing fine print, or those scary-looking contracts. Remember, Gallup Funeral Services owns and operates the only crematory in Dare County, keeping our cremations affordable and convenient. Gallup Memorial Chapel in Bargo, North Carolina is now open and minutes from Moyock and Elizabeth City. From traditional church services and graveside burials to direct cremations and advanced planning, let Gallup Funeral Services Incorporated light the way for your family. Don't be pressured or confused by the other funeral homes. It's always your choice. Choose Gallup Funeral Services Incorporated. Call Courtney at 252-216-8030 to get a plan started today, and visit our new website at gallupfuneralservices.com.
Low levels this winter, and we're facing a dangerous situation across the country. Without the blood they need, hospitals may be forced to make tough decisions about patient care. Donors are needed now to ensure blood is available for everyone who needs it when they need it. The good news is you can help. Make an appointment to give now. Visit redcrossblood.org or call 1-800-RED-CROSS. Patients are counting on you.
Back here on OBX Today Live on Facebook and YouTube, I'm Sam Walker. Thanks for taking some time on your Tuesday morning to join us and give some good morning shout-outs, all you folks checking in. Thanks again for everybody letting us know if we were having some sound issues. Not sure what was going on there. I got some folks saying, yeah, they were okay, and some not so much. So, hey, sometimes it happens. George in Connecticut, good morning. Julie, yep, West Virginia. No need to unpack. Just keep it all packed so it's ready to go in May. Stephen, aloha. Howie, yep, thanks for letting us know from Ohio. Let's see. David, Brandon, Leanne up in Nunda, New York, checking in as well. So thanks, everybody, for checking in this morning here on OBX Today Live. Republican lawmakers will be redrawing congressional and state legislative voting maps in response to an order the North Carolina Supreme Court handed down Friday It struck down the maps the GOP-controlled legislature passed in November. Republican House Speaker Tim Moore said Monday that they will redraw the maps. What they're doing right now is really looking at what the court's order was. They've only got part of the order. They're still waiting for more of it, a full written order, before they can move forward, because that's supposed to have some more instructions on how the maps should be drawn, or at least that's what leadership is saying. Democratic legislators expect to return to work yesterday, but the GOP leadership didn't appear to be in a hurry as things were mostly quiet at the legislative building in Raleigh. It really looks like it's going to be the end of this week or early next week before they get going. Now, lawmakers have until February 18th, so a week from Friday, to redraw the congressional and legislative lines. The maps must then be approved by the lower court by noon on February 23rd. But the court's order doesn't clearly specify what a more equitable maps would look like. The State Board of Elections has rescheduled the restart of filing for February 24th. The primaries have already been pushed back to May. That was to give more time for this work on the maps to take place. Legislature tried to push the primaries back to June. The governor vetoed that bill. So as of right now, that's kind of the schedule. So really it's next Friday is the deadline, the 18th, on when those new maps have to be put in place. Now, one thing that they didn't rule out was possibly going to the U.S. Supreme Court to overturn the ruling. We'll see. But with the time frame that they're working with, there is not a lot of time to get that done to follow the court's order and having new maps. So we'll keep an eye on that and keep you updated on the latest. Noah Gilliam has been promoted to planning director for Dare County. He's been working as a planner in the planning department since September 2015, assistant planning director since July 2019. Noah was promoted to the position following the retirement of longtime planning director Donna Kreef on January the 31st. A couple things coming up. There is a webinar starting at 1 o'clock today with local historian, author, and speaker, Keeper James Charlotte. He'll be featured in an internationally broadcast webinar today to share the stories of the Black crews who served in the U.S. Life-Saving Service. Of course, it's going to focus on, of course, the Pea Island Life-Saving Station, Captain Richard Etheridge, the first keeper, the all-black crew that's manned that station there, which was located where the Captain William Etheridge Bridge is located today. Richard Etheridge Bridge is located today. It's a free webinar, and we've got the link for you on the Things to Do page at obxtoday.com. Come celebrate local artists as they perform, create, and showcase their work at the Night of the Arts, presented by College of the Albemarle's Writing and Literature and Drama Clubs. It's this Friday from 5 to 7 at the COA Elizabeth City Performing Arts Center on North Road Street. Admission is free. There'll be a hands-on craft available for a $2 donation, and light refreshments will be served with pizza and cake available for a $5 donation. To get more details, go to the Things to Do page at obxtoday.com. In sports, high school basketball winding it down here. Last week of the regular season. Madam Mesquite's at Ocracoke tonight. Pasquotank at First Flight. Manteo at Hertford County. Currituck at Northeastern. Edenton at Camden. Northeast Prep at Gates. Perquimans at Bertie. And Northside is up Luzerne. College basketball last night. Virginia got a last-second 3 to beat Duke 69-68 in Cameron. Virginia Tech pounded Pitt 74-47. Tonight, Clemson hosting North Carolina at 6. Old Dominion travels down to Boca Raton to take on Florida Atlantic at 6. And East Carolina is at Tulsa for an 8 o'clock tip. NHL, Toronto edged Carolina 4-3 in overtime. Winter Olympics continuing. Let's see the medal count as of this morning, since everything, of course, going on overnight. Really starting in prime time with the medal contest, and it goes all through the overnight hours. Sweden with 4 gold medals now. The Netherlands or the Russian Olympic Committee has the most overall at 9. The U.S. is 17th now. 4 silvers, 1 bronze for 5 medals at the Winter Olympics. Curling. I want to miss out the curling update. That's close to my heart. The mixed doubles was just wrapping up. Let's see. They were still in progress when we went on the air in the gold medal game between Italy and Norway. And the men's and women's starts later tonight. That's the four-person curling. That stream is not wanting to work very well. We've got so much going on here. Let's see if we can find a score. Between Italy and Norway, they were actually Italy going in undefeated. But you can, I think if you got Peacock, you can watch it on Peacock. USA is going to carry it at 1 o'clock today. We won't spoil it for you. How about that? All right. Let's see. Yep, that's going to do it for sports. So let's turn over to the OBX Today Weather Center forecast. For today, foggy, misty morning, mostly cloudy skies. Maybe some sun for the inland areas by this afternoon. And a high 48. West winds around 10 to 15 miles an hour. Tonight, mostly cloudy, then gradually becoming clear. Low 35 with light winds. Wednesday, sunny with a high 54 and just a light northeast breeze. Sunny and 59 on Thursday. Inland areas may get up to the mid-60s on Thursday. Friday, sunny and 58. Saturday, sunny and 61 at the beach. Then a chance of rain Sunday. And we're back into the cooler weather. Sunday at a high 48. 44 and sunny on Monday. Coastal Marine forecast today. We've got northwest winds around 10 to 15 knots, becoming west 5 to 10 knots in the afternoon. 1 foot waves or less in the sounds. Seas 4 to 5 feet. Water temperatures in the low 40s. Next tide change at Oregon Inlet's a high tide at 143. Sunset tonight at 5:36. Sunrise tomorrow is at 6:54. Currently outside our studios in Uptown Nags Head, it is 39 degrees with overcast skies. And that's going to wrap it up for OBX Today Live here on Facebook and YouTube. Thanks for joining us as always. Back with you tomorrow. Make sure you mash the like button, subscribe, hit the bell to know whenever we go live on OBX Today Live, presented by Gallup Funeral Services. Have a great Tuesday, everybody. We'll see you.